Population is the best asset a country has. But if it goes unchecked, it is the worst thing that a country can have. Hi friends, I'm back with a new video. Today, let's look into the pessimistic views of population growth. Before we go any further, if you had not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel to stay tuned with me. Also, like the video if you feel that the content was good. Without any further delay, let's move on to our topic. The time it takes our population to double has decreased sharply. It has only taken about 12 years to go from 6 billion people to 7 billion people around the world. It is also estimated to hit 9 billion people in the globe by the year 2050. And the estimates also say that the population may stabilize near the year 2100 with 10.5 billion people. Now there comes a question. Why our population has grown so quickly? It is the ability of human beings to expand into all climate zones and habitats. That means we go on to exploring the unexplored areas and we used to adapt to the harsh situations there. The modern agriculture has allowed us to produce food very efficiently in large quantities. That means we are able to feed the increased population sufficiently. The death rates had decreased because of improved sanitization and healthcare facilities. That means because of the development in the medical facilities, we are having less death rates, which leads to increased population. Now, let's examine the pessimistic views of population growth one by one. The rise in the per capita income or the output growth is regarded as a rough indicator of the improvement of the average standard of living in the society. Then it is obvious that in an economy with stagnant total income and the rising population, the average standard of living could only worsen. The positive effects of population growth on output growth could only be obtained if labor could be productively employed with the available resources. For most less developed countries, the critical bottleneck in the path of economic development is regarded as non-availability of capital, both physical and social. The rise in population lowers the land-man ratio or the man-resource ratio. This implies that a static backward economy without any technical progress could only experience greater poverty with growing population pressure on available resources. The lack of enough physical and social capital, along with structural and technical rigidities, leads to an increased supply of labor, which leads to greater unemployment and open unemployment, particularly in the agricultural sector. This leads to migration, and unemployment in the rural areas turns into unemployment in the urban areas. A high level of population and its rapid growth creates additional demand on social capitals like education, housing, and healthcare facilities. Since the supply of such facilities is usually inadequate in less developed countries, a growth in population tends to overstrain the existing limited supply. If the supply of food is inelastic in less developed countries, then a rising population with an increase in demand could lead to inflation. In order to cope up with the problem, many less developed countries import food grains from abroad, and it causes an important drain of valuable foreign exchange which could have been used for better purposes. The rapid growth of population leads to a high dependency ratio, that is, the proportion of non-working to the working population. Also, the children below, say 15 to 16 years, tend to form a high proportion to that of working population, and the existence of such a young age group within the working population aggravates the problems of food supply and employment creation. High population growth rates and high level of population could lead to pollution and many environmental problems. A rising population in a fairly static and poor economy could aggravate the problems of inequality in income distribution. There is also a possibility of increased crime rates. Now, let's look into one of the most influential theories in the field of population studies. That is, the Malthusian theory of population growth. Reverend Thomas Malthus, in his book Essays on the Principles of Population in 1798, said that population would grow whenever the income rose above the subsistence level. This is because of the animal nature of human beings, especially of the laboring poor. He postulated that the population would expand in a geometric rate, expanding every 30 years to 40 years, and at the same time, the food production will increase at an arithmetic rate due to the diminishing returns to scale. Malthus said that the ultimate limit on the population expansion was the inability of the land to produce sufficient food to continue to sustain a population surge of such a great magnitude. The production of basic foods could not keep up with the population due to the natural tendency of the fertility of the land to be lower as more land was brought under cultivation. Today, we had looked into the various pessimistic ideas of population growth. I hope you all liked the video. Please subscribe my channel and comment in the comment section whether you like the video or not. Stay tuned with me till we meet with a new topic. Till then, auf Wiedersehen.